Before religion, before the patriarchy, before white supremacy, and before the world was carved into hierarchy, women were the center. Powerful, wise, sacred. Leaders, cosmologists, and land stewards. Women were the backbone of human continuity. Humanity did not begin with the patriarchy. Across pre-colonial Africa, Australia, Asia, and Turtle Island, long before Europe rewrote the script, women held formal and institutional power. In Africa, the Akan, the Yoruba, the Igbo, the Mossi, and Cushitic civilizations had dual gender governance. Women councils, queen mothers, market queens, land stewards, and priestesses. Matrilineal inheritance systems made women the root of lineage, the root of continuity, and the root of legitimacy. Female deities like Oshun, Mamawati or Yemaya, and Isis symbolize creation, fertility, love, wisdom, power, justice, and sovereignty. In Turtle Island, the Haudenosaunee women elected and removed chiefs. Clan identity and property often passed through the woman. In Australia, the Aboriginal women maintained law, sacred ceremonies, initiation systems, and stewardship rights. In Asia, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, women preserved matrilineal hierarchy. In India, the divine feminine force known as Shakti represented the raw cosmic force of creation. In ancient China, female shamans or Wu served as political and spiritual mediators for tens of thousands of years. Women were not less. Women were the source, the indispensable, socially, spiritually, and economically. Now, compare that to Europe, a culture that feared women, despised women. Fear of women was their doctrine, while most of the world honored women. Europe developed systems built on fear of female sexuality, fear of female knowledge, and fear of female autonomy. Women were barred from priesthood, were considered property, legally considered property, framed as spiritually dangerous. The made up story of Eve became the justification to hammer in female obedience. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam all emerged in highly patriarchal societies. In Christianity, no female priests, bishops, or popes, where they reduced women to breeding factories for heirs and for workers. In Islam, medieval legal interpretations often placed women under male guardianship. Whether you were an adult or not, a man was to oversee you. The patriarchy shaped the laws of Islam around family, marriage, power, inheritance, and public life. And many of the restrictions built into Islam were cultural and political, or hadith, tradition, but for them still real. In Judaism, male only priesthood, women excluded from quorum, patriarchal family law, deeply institutionalized in Judaism. So you see, religious institutions became the global carriers of patriarchy as governance. And then Europe, with their infamous witch hunts. The word witch itself is Eurocentric. That term didn't exist before Europe, as they do with all things, try to find a label. Their witch hunts alone murdered tens of thousands of people, mostly women, which was their dry run for a global oppressive system of women. It was about rewriting the order of gender everywhere. Now the world is shifting back. Women are stepping into their power, boldly claiming their lineage, their ancestral authority, their sacred roles in the home and in the communities, their cosmic inheritance, our genetic downloads of the wisdom that we walk with, our political power, ancestral knowledge, and the right to lead. This is the memory rebellion. So when they call you witch, embrace it. Look at that as a compliment. You are a woman that the world was unable to break, unable to tame, and unable to erase. The daughters of the nations that Europe feared most, we carry the memories that you tried to burn. The earth remembers, the women remembers, and the world is coming full circle. Cope.